All right, it might be peak. It might be peak. It might be peak if you go in with the right mindset. I'm talking about Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, which, believe it or not, I've now seen 7 times. It's the newest movie out from Demon Slayer, and really, it's just a bunch of episodes put together into a movie format. But man, oh man, this is Danny Mata said this on the Escape the Pod podcast, and he was right. Like, this is the best. This is a great movie if you love Demon Slayer. And obviously, I went in with the mindset I love Demon Slayer. I knew that was what what I was going to see and what I wanted to see. I had also binged like the last 2 seasons really quickly before seeing the movie, so I was like in the zone, with it. And it was never like a top 5 anime or top 10 anime of mine, but after this movie, it's rising through the ranks. Let me just say that. Let me just say that. I just see the I just see the reflection. Have to show off the Muichiro shirt. I'm addicted to the TikTok shop. I can't lie. I can't lie. I got issues when it comes to the TikTok shop, but yes, this is the Muichiro shirt. Top 5 Hashira. Probably not the hardest when we only really know like 12 Hashira, but nonetheless top 5, maybe even higher, maybe top 3. Um, okay, that's not the point of this. Let's dive into it. I got a couple things about it, about the movie, the pros, the cons of it, and then kind of my overall rating of it and thoughts at the end. But I'm gonna start off by saying, obviously, I love this movie. I've seen it now 7 times. The animation is incredible, like we've seen from Demon Slayer in the past, and really all they needed to make it better was just the big screen. Because and I'll talk about the fights later on, but you have arguably one of the best fights in this show, and we've seen incredible fights. We have some of the best animation, and we've seen incredible animation, and we have some great back story, and almost a little too much backstory. But it's peak Demon Slayer at the end of the day, and now. I think what I loved most about this is just like, and it's the main battle part of it. Obviously, it's Akaza versus Gyu and Tanjiro. Now we've seen these two, Gyu and Tanjiro. They started at the beginning of the show. We saw these two connect right away, and we saw a little bit of that backstory. But to see these two come together and battle together, and just see how Gyu cares for Tanjiro again, like we saw it in the Hashira training art, but you now see it on like the battle stage, and you see it even a little bit more when Gyu is like protecting Tanjiro while also fighting. And that leads to my next point, where the biggest blowback in this movie is how long it is with the flashbacks. Like Akaza's flashback at the end of his fight kind of comes at a interesting time. But while I have no issues with it, that is the one blowback. However, I will say that if you watch Demon Slayer pretty recently, you would know that there weren't that many episode repeat flashbacks. Like there weren't like, and the reason why I bring this up is because there was the flashback of Tanjiro like bowing down to Gyu, being like, "Please don't kill Nezuko." During the first episode, and it just was like you saw flashbacks were just they were important. It wasn't just like, okay, we're gonna rewatch the entire Hashira training arc again. It's like these were important flashbacks to connect the people together. And yeah, I felt like it worked out. I would have also liked to seen, and now I think we'll go into it. I would have liked to seen Shinobu have maybe a flashback of her fighting like those spider demons, because she cooked them, and the way she talked to those spider demons was exactly how Doma talked to Shinobu. Like it's exactly the same. Go back and watch those episodes where Shinobu is talking to the spider demons, Rui and his mom or friend, whatever it is. That is literally how Doma talks to Shinobu. And another thing is, I wanted Shinobu to have her own arc. Before this, like. I wish she had a chance to go and fight with like Tengen or Rengoku, because I would have liked a little bit more of a backstory. I didn't need to find out everything about Shinobu in this movie. And now I get it, because, if it was just episodes on its own, it would maybe be a little bit, maybe not more flushed out, but more of a spotlight, so to speak. So I would feel more for her. But and Shinobu's one. She's a top 5 favorite Hashira for me. Emily, I won't say that about everybody. I swear. Like I loved Shinobu. I loved how she fought those spider demons. I loved what she stood for. And I felt terrible. She had a really sad story. Where like she was in pain all the time, but she put a smile on her face. And I just would have loved for a lot of other people to kind of get more of an appreciation for her that I feel like might have been missed out if you weren't really trying to, root for her, or, you just didn't see her in that first season as, someone that you really enjoyed. All right, now, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think the children are low-key the goats of this movie and just extremely underrated. Now, I know they didn't really solve where Muzan was and their number one strat of trying to, see what the Infinity Castle is built like, but their ability to communicate with the Hashira and keep them at ease knowing that there's eyes in the skies is just electric. And to know they're literally children is like so admirable. It honestly, like, I hate to, like, I'm not even being sarcastic here. Like, it is crazy how, like, strong willed they are. Oh my gosh. Murphy, the dog in the back, he's really going crazy right now. I gotta show you just so you see what you're looking at. Yep. Hey, Murphy. Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm so mean. I exposed you. I'm sorry, Murphy. Okay. But yeah, like, I'm not even overreacting with this. Like, he literally, though, the son and then the two daughters, like, even the two daughters, like, kudos to them. They just lost their entire family, and they're still going hard. And kudos to Tengen for shouting this out in the movie. Love to see it. And they got the eyes in the sky, but I will say, I know that all the Hashira have crows, but Zenitsu, you could have easily announced his battle. Now, he has a sick battle. He gets his get back. He gets his approval from his master, and he learns, another something after Thunderclap Form 1, And you just love, like, if you're a Demon Slayer fan, you loved Zenitsu, or actually, that's actually a hot take. Some people were annoyed by Zenitsu, but you loved him in this movie because he got that serious mode when he's falling from the sky. Like, nobody was more badass in this movie than him. And this is coming from someone who likes Gyu the most. But yeah, dude, Zenitsu was in his bag. He got the job done. He showed he made maybe the most growth of anyone in this. Okay, maybe the transparent world for Tanjiro might be a little more growth, but I don't know. But yeah, dude, Zenitsu, and you could have announced it. I don't. Oh, he doesn't have a crow. He has something else that doesn't talk. You could have announced it. Literally, the demon. Oh my gosh. What's the green haired demon? Because he's with the children in the most underrated characters of this movie. The way he falls and gives that little short speech to Kaigaku. The way he talks to Kaigaku, and dying alone, it's kind of pathetic. And then saves Zenitsu, bruh. And Zenitsu looks so sick when he has, like, all those scars over him. And, like, you see the blood coming from him. But yeah, and it was emotional to see the way his master reacted, especially after, Zenitsu comes across, he's the nicest dude. Like, he's up there with Tanjiro for being the nicest. Is the Akaza versus Tanjiro and Gyu fight the best fight in Demon Slayer? Yes. But, if you want to go with the Tengen fight in the Entertainment District against Gyutaro, I'm perfectly okay with that. And who knows, if I saw that on the big screen, I might think it's number one fight too. But this was just peak. I mean, Akaza's snowflake, demon art was just beautiful. The way he, like, says, "All right, Tanjiro, let's get serious." It's just like so badass. So you get so fired up for the fight when Gyu's marks get put on him, and now they're going choom, 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 choom. You get everything you got from the Tengen fight, but now just two people that you have just so much more heart in their passion in their battle. These are two guys that you've seen since the beginning of the season 2. Gyu since the beginning. Tengen, you just met. Gyutaro, like, you didn't. You literally met him. He wasn't even the main demon that you saw first. So while that was a sick fight, Like, the fact that your heart is in this fight even more makes it even more. And now Tanjiro literally going to the transparent world where he's like floating and he sees then Akaza's like veins and power and whatever it is called. Peak. Peak. It's incredible. It's incredible. I'm so excited to see the JJK Shibuya arc in theaters. It's coming out in theaters because that is the type of animation I need to get on the big screen because this was just incredible. This was my favorite fight in Demon Slayer. One of my favorite fights in all of anime. One of my favorite fights in all of entertainment, movies, TV shows. This was undeniably incredible. And that's at least something that 100% of viewers have come back with. Whether you think it's long, whether you think the flashbacks are too much, whether you think that the Tengen fight is better even. This fight was still incredible, and I thank you, Ufotable. I think that's how, Ufotable. I think that's how you say it. For, getting the job done with that. And now, lastly, Gyu. Okay, actually not lastly, but now Gyu, bro. My number one guy in Demon Slayer. To see him get his mark, that fired me up. To go toe-to-toe with Akaza fired me up. Even though Akaza, it pains me. I will say, it pains me the way it ended, but I get it. But, it pains me because I wanted to just see them beat Akaza. I wanted them to just see him destroy him. And in Akaza's eyes, Tanjiro did get that job done, and he wouldn't have done it without Gyu's help. So, they got the job done theoretically, but I would have liked to see him be the one that makes him disappear. But, yeah. I think overall, my overall rating is... Now, this is as someone who likes Demon Slayer, who watched the seasons beforehand, who was willing to binge the seasons before going into the movie, and who has now seen the movie more than 5 times, 7 times. I'm addicted to this. This movie's a 9.6. It's a 9.6. It's a 5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. This is an incredible movie. It deserves all the praise. It deserves all the awards. I heard it's going to get nominated for some Oscars. I know this is going to pave the way for more stuff. Now I mentioned JJK is going to go to theaters. This is doing incredible things. Now, I will say Netflix is freaking making a live-action movie, and I'm going to really lose my mind over that. But I'll take what I can get. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, incredible movie. Highly recommend, but make sure you watch the rest of the show first, or you might not get the story.